Now, let's understand the shape tools in Adobe Premiere Pro. These tools are used to create graphic shapes directly inside the program monitor. They are commonly used for background boxes for text, callouts, highlights, simple motion graphics. To help you understand this clearly, first let's create a color matte. Create a new color matte. Choose white color. And drag it into the timeline. Now extend the color matte to match the duration of the video by dragging it until the video ends. Since this color matte is placed above the video layer, the video is currently hidden. To see the video again, simply hide the color matte layer. This white background helps us clearly see and understand shapes. Now select the shape tool from the toolbar and choose the rectangle tool. Set the playhead to the position where you want the shape to appear. Go to the program monitor, click and drag to draw a rectangle. Once the shape is created, you will see its details in the Properties panel or Effect Controls panel. So you can work from whichever panel you prefer. And in Effect Controls panel, click on the icon to see all details. If you don't see these panels, go to Window, enable Effect Controls and Properties. These panels allow us to design, style, align, and animate shapes directly inside Premiere Pro. Every shape you create is treated as a graphic layer. At the top, you will see Graphic, and below it, Shape 01. This shows that we are currently editing Shape 01. From here, we can show or hide layers, lock layers, rename layers for better organization. Any change you make in one panel is instantly reflected in the other, so everything stays perfectly in sync. For better visibility, press the tilde key to enlarge the program monitor. Now, drag from the side handles to change width. Drag from the top or bottom handles to change height. Drag from the corner handles to change width and height together. Hold the Shift key to maintain fixed proportions while resizing. Now move your cursor over the small round dot on the shape. When the cursor changes to a plus icon, click and drag to create rounded corners. We can also rotate the shape by hovering near the corner. Press the tilde key again to return the program monitor to its normal size. In the Properties panel, we can also set exact values for width and height. For example, width 1000, height 350. This is useful for precise and consistent design, and also can set the value for corner. Now let's discuss the fill option. Fill controls the inside color of the shape. Click the color box to choose any color like red. And we can also choose a gradient. Click on this color icon to set the first color. And then click here to set the second color. We can also control the opacity of each color in the gradient. Now click on the top and reduce its opacity. Set the opacity to 0 and you can see the effect clearly here. Now let's increase the opacity again and set it back to 100%. By dragging these points, we can adjust both the color position and opacity smoothly. And if you want to match colors perfectly, use the eyedropper tool to pick any custom color directly from the screen. And let's set the gradient color again. Now let's talk about stroke, which means outline. Here we can enable or disable stroke. First choose stroke color, then set stroke thickness. And choose stroke position, outer, center, inner. We can also apply solid color stroke, Gradient stroke. We can even use multiple strokes for advanced designs. Let's create one more stroke. Next is shadow. Shadow helps the shape stand out from the background. Here we can control shadow opacity. This controls how dark or light the shadow appears. Lower opacity gives a soft shadow and higher opacity makes it stronger. Angle decides the direction of the shadow, meaning where the light is coming from. Distance controls how far the shadow moves away from the shape. More distance makes the shape feel lifted from the background. Size adjusts how large or spread out the shadow is. Increasing size makes the shadow wider. Blur controls how soft the shadow edges are. Higher blur gives a smooth, natural shadow, while lower blur creates a sharp, hard shadow. Now let's look at the align tools. These icons help align the shape: left, center, right, top, middle, bottom. These are very useful for clean layouts, titles, lower thirds. Position uses X and Y values. X controls left and right. Y controls up and down. You can animate position using keyframes. The anchor point defines where scaling and rotation happen from. If the anchor point is centered, the shape scales evenly. Rotation feels natural. If the anchor point is moved, rotation happens from that point. Scale controls the size of the shape. 100% means original size. Increase to make it bigger. Decrease to make it smaller. We can scale uniformly or separately if needed. Rotation rotates the shape in degrees. Opacity controls the visibility of the shape. Also remember this: whatever changes we make in the Properties panel are automatically updated in the Effect Controls panel. Both panels stay perfectly linked and synchronized, so we can work from either one without any confusion. Now let's create one more shape, this time an ellipse. Select the ellipse tool and click and drag to draw the shape. And let's set the gradient color too. As soon as we create it, you'll notice in the graphics panel that a new layer appears with the name of the shape we just created: Layer Order, Front and Back. Now suppose we want the rectangle to appear above the ellipse. To do that, simply drag the rectangle layer above the ellipse layer in the graphics panel. You can also change the layer order using shortcuts. Control or Command plus right bracket arrow moves the layer forward. Control or Command plus left bracket arrow moves the layer backward. This works just like layer stacking in Photoshop or After Effects. Now let me tell you one very important thing. If no graphic layer is selected and you create a new shape, Premiere Pro will automatically create a new graphic layer. If you select an existing graphic layer first and then create a shape, the new shape will be created inside the same graphic layer. So remember, select the layer, shape is added to the same graphic. Deselect the layer, shape is created on a new graphic layer. And shape tools are extremely useful for creating text backgrounds, callouts, highlights, lower thirds, and simple motion graphics without leaving Premiere Pro. Once you understand shape layers and properties, you can design clean, professional graphics quickly and efficiently.